Chapter 1. So many things happen when people can't sleep. It was always hot in Brisbane, but that night was pouty, unsettling. After getting Natalie and her family comfortable in their rooms at the inn, Frank couldn't rest. His leg plagued him. The toll of oppressive weather on that kind of old injury was no old farmer's myth. He rambled around, briefly joining Natalie's brother Brian in the bar on the beach, then painfully mounting the switchbacked decks of wooden stairs that led to a kind of viewing platform just adjacent to the car park, looking out over Bribby Island Beach. Up there, he hoped the signal would be good enough to call home. His home, if home is the place you started. For Frank, that would always be a ramshackle horse farm in south-central Wisconsin. Now probably more ramshackle than when he last saw it, 3 years before. As the brrrr on the other end began, his pulse quickened. He looked up at the sky and thought of all the calls darting through the sea of radio waves tonight, swift as swallows, dutiful, hopeful, wistful, sad. "Frank?" his sister Eden answered, her voice holiday bright and holiday brittle, suddenly next to him across 9,000 miles. He was about to ask her to summon his mother to the phone so they could all talk together when he saw it. Without thinking and without another word to Edie, he let his phone slip into his jeans pocket. He could not figure out what it was. He would never remember it as a wave. Wave was too mere a word. Although there were hundreds of photos and pieces of film, some shot just at the moment, near this very spot, Frank could look at these and remain curiously unmoved. But should he close his eyes and let himself return, the sick sweats would sweep down his breastbone, a sluice of molten ice. He would hear again the single dog's one mournful howl, and feel the heavy apprehension, something like that moment from his days as a uniform cop when a routine traffic stop went completely to shit and a fist came flying in from nowhere, but monumentally worse. So much worse that it routed even imagination. Many years later, Frank would think this was his first sight of the thing that would sweep away the center of his life in the minutes after midnight, and by the time the sun rose, send surging into his arms the seed of his life to come. Just like that. Like some mythical deity with blind eyes that took and gave unquestioned. He saw the wave as a gleaming dam built of stainless steel, standing upright in the misty moonlight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?